starting from how classes will interact with each other, right? So both are in same class path only, they can able to communicate with each other, right? Then we later know how jars will communicate, right? Then how projects will communicate, right? One class will have a lot of rules to connect with another class. So we did one experiment also. We created one jar from other project and we added to class path and we did. Then we came to Maven, right? So Maven also we know how we can create a project. How we'll create a project? Right click, Maven, new project, right? So then it will create one structure. We discussed about that structure also yesterday, right? So in that structure, what we did, we saw like what is source main Java, what is the source main testing, right? Test classes. So every structure we discussed yesterday. So there you find any questions or something, please let me know. We'll move next. Any questions? Any? Then we are good, right? So we will move next. Now let me share my screen. Now again, I'm going to create one simple project. Okay. So how to go with the project? So now onwards, never create Java project. Always you're going to create Maven project. You should have a habit. If someone is saying create project in a sharing screen or something, just go and create a Maven project only. In anywhere. If they are asking in interview or somewhere also, your responsibility is Maven project. Yeah. So not only give structure, it will show like you are in real time, not a fresher, right? Normally freshers will create how? They will get normal project, right? So, but here we are not going to create any normal project. Right click, new Maven project. If you can find here itself, or you can go to others. You need to create a Maven project, right? Then you are saying next. It will ask for few fields. Create simple project. So what is this create simple project and other things? Okay, I will explain you here also. Next we'll see more magic of Maven. Okay, so one thing is like simple project will everything you need to do, right? Another thing is there called archetypes. Archetypes means architecture type. It will give you predefined architecture itself with sample code, ready-made project. You don't need to even write a starting code. Here we need to write even main class, right? So there you don't need to write main class. For example, if you want to create UI project, it will give samples to you where you need to create. In Java also you can create UI, right? You are aware, right? JSP, sublets, JSF. So these are there in Java itself. You can create UI. That architecture types, the dependency, everything ready-made it will give. Okay, that's power of Maven. Because of Maven only, not only Maven, this Apache company, Apache Maven, Apache Ant, Apache Tomcat. We're saying Apache, right? So Apache did a lot of hard work. They are having almost all the tools. I think Apache Camel, Apache Ant to Apache Camel, everything they created. Okay, Gradle. You heard about Gradle? So it's a competitor for Maven. That also they created. Okay, that's also from Apache. So they created similarly archetypes also. Archetypes means architecture. Okay, for example, I will give you one example is like I will give you land. I will give you guidelines to build the building. That is one type. I will already give ready-made models to you. Like for hotel, what you want. For hotel, how you want structure, right? For unit kitchen, blah blah blah, right? They will create independent architecture. For example, for shop, shoe shop, for example, if you are planning for shoe shop, what is architecture should be there? Basic thing by default they will provide you, right? This is called archetypes, architecture types. So Maven will provide that one also. But we are not going there because it's outdated now. Because one of the archetype which is very famous is called Spring Boot. Right? We will discuss about Spring Boot little theory today itself, and we'll jump directly to Spring Boot. Spring is your responsibility, so you need to read a lot about Spring. I recommend you, even if you are not using Spring, you are directly jumping to Spring Boot. I will recommend you to go detail about Spring. Take 1 week, no problem. I will just explain you. You will understand. So Spring is very important for theory. Okay, practical we are not using 90%, right? But theoretically, if you want to understand Spring Boot also, you need a base of a Spring. I will give you a brief why it is very important to understand the Spring. Okay, so this is archetype. One of the archetype is a Spring Boot. I would suggest like they develop in such a way that you can choose the things like shop में add to cart करते हैं like that you can create a project from Spring Boot. So very beautifully, I like the Maven very much. Okay, so now let's go with the create a simple project, right? So then I'm going next. It is asking for something, right? So group ID is make a package, right? So what is the package rule? Domain reverse. Right? For my company is Coforge, for example, or global neo chain, right? So I will write dot global neo chain. Then I will give my project. For example, my project is a student information system. Okay, I will give shortcut SIS, right? Then what name I want to give for my project? Right? It's a jar file which is finally going to get created. Okay, so there what we'll do? For example, SIS only I'm giving because I want jar also as a SIS, right? So then I can give project name student information system, right? So then I can give, if you want, I can give description also. Okay, so now I've given everything, right? Now I'm saying finish. Now you can see SIS got created, right? So then yesterday I also told how it looks up here, right? So if you are going there, right? So we'll see with close, right? You see M and J. M means Maven, J means. Another point here I want to highlight is if you know Maven, you can say you know Gradle also. Okay, so I will explain you why it is, right? So here also you can see when you are creating a project, right? Right click, new, right? Then I'm going here, other. Instead of Maven, I'm typing Gradle, right? Gradle project. There is no difference, right? So then I'm creating Gradle project. Okay, so next, same project name. For example, let's say SIS G for Gradle, right? So then I'm going next, next. Because Gradle is not there in my system. Otherwise, okay, let's see. Just I want to show you how it looks up here. Okay, here you can see STSG, right? So let me open it. It's small, it is also small. You can see slightly icon difference. Want to show you that elephant. Left side, it shows so small elephant. I love. He created a. So here you can see left side, right? It's red is for error because I'm not having Gradle setup. This is a small elephant actually. Elephant is Gradle. Okay, so this Apache company will create everything. Apache Camel is there, Apache Ant is there, right? So they will use that names, right? So here Gradle is elephant. They will use elephant icon. Okay, so there is no difference between most of the case 90%. I'm not going very deep. If you're going deep, it will divide. Okay, 90% Gradle also same. If someone is saying, do you know Gradle? Have you worked with Gradle? Then you can say, no problem, sir. I worked extensively in Maven. Okay, but it's the same as a Gradle. Just I need to change the way how I added dependency, right? You can explain that. Okay. So now when you are coming back, I'm just deleting this project. Okay. So now you can see I'm having Maven SAS, right? So now it's give me very beautiful structure, right? This we already discussed yesterday, right? So what we discussed, we it will give you a proper structure to us, like this one, and I will again share. Right. So you can see here it will give as what a source code where we are going to write our Java code and configuration files. This one is for configuration files. And even we can put images also. For example, my application needs images. So those things, everything, even properties, configurations related to your application, you will put here, right? So this one completely on test. We will call it as JUnit test. So I will give you a brief after this call, what is JUnit test, and we'll jump to next level, right? So this one is a JRE library. By default, it will come. It will, I don't know why it is connecting with very old Java. I need to change it. I will change it how I can change it, right? So this one is the same again, right? SRC and this SRC and this SRC is same. There is no difference. But this one is, you can expand. You can click and you can expand. But mostly will not go here because these are the two ways which we can go. It will help us to go inside. It will take some time, right? So here, oh, it's a shortcut. You can consider like above one is a shortcut for the same SRC, right? This one is a target file where you are going to get the things which you can deliver, right? I told you jar file yesterday, right? So jar file is our final artifact which we are going to deliver, right? Now what we are doing, we are going to deliver jars, right? So that will come here in target. Target means what? Meaning itself stating that's what you are going to do finally, right? So the most important file is called form.xml. Form abbreviation anyone knows? कल बोले क्या पढ़े नहीं तुम if I'm scolding, what happening now? YouTube is rejecting my videos. I cannot even scold. It, you are using abusive language. So they rejected one of my video. He said one time that hit him, right? So they recorded it and they removed that video. No, that really I'm having a video. I will show you that also. So one of the videos they removed. So I cannot scold also. So here what happening? Like POM is project object model. Okay. So this one is will give you how on where you can add dependencies, right? So now I'm going to explain you about this POM.xml in little details. Okay. So now let's me go come back here. Okay. What is POM.xml? I'm opening it, right? It will give you whatever we given in initially when creating the project, right? You can see the same things will appear here also. Right? Same thing, whatever we can, right? So model version is a default, then you will be getting global neo chain, then this project, and then you will be having our version. Version management is very beautiful feature. You will understand when you are doing in real time, right? So keep on your changing version. You need to maintain old versions also, right? For example, if you are taking mobile, right? So mobile, you might have seen one of the message from iPhone stating like we are going to stop the support from 5 onwards. iPhone 5 means if any problems are coming, they cannot able to take it officially as a they are going to repair or correct the changes. Any problem is coming, they are not going to help you, right? They are closing the support. So means what? After 5, all the versions they are supporting, right? 6, 7, iPhone 10, blah 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 blah. All the things they need to support. How they can support? They should have each version source code, right? So how they can maintain? By using these versions only. So if some version is getting issue, they need to go to that particular source code, right? So even one version, you can have 10 versions. You know that JDK, if you're going, you're having 1.4.1.2. You saw that? It's not at 1.4. It is having extensively, you are having models, right? So they will call as a minor version and major version. Minor is like you are going to fix some of the issues in that particular version. Major version means you're going to completely change something which is impacting previous one. For example, 1.4 to 2, directly jumping to 2. It's a major version. Minor version means 1.4.1.2. So like that, it will go, right? So all the things you will maintain by using this version only. Okay, this part. I saw when MySQL also, when I'm saying 5.4, 5.6, how many versions are there? You saw, right? Oracle, 21, 22 versions are there. Java, consider Java, we are having 23, 24 versions, right? From Java 1, right? So how they are maintaining? They need to maintain the source code separately. So that you can do by using this one. I will tell you how that jars. Now it's not source code, it's a directly applications you are maintaining. Okay. So now that part is that one, right? So now let's come back with dependency. We discussed about dependency yesterday, right? So what is the dependency? For example, we 4 people are working, 4 people having A, B, C, D projects, right? So A, B, C, D projects, how they can share? Normally in previously they are creating jar files and they are sharing, right? They are placing in one shared location. From there, by and script they can download and script everything they are writing and they are downloading. We discussed a bit about ant also, right? Ant scripts. So what we are doing, we are downloading from particular locations, right? So now what Maven did, they standardize it. Not only coding, they created the infrastructure and locations where they keep all their jars, right? For example, I created one jar, you need to place there, right? And he created one jar, you need to place there. You created one jar, you need to place there, right? So all the people's jars will be located in a one single place in one particular area, right? That is called Maven repository. क्या बोलते हैं sir? Maven repository. In big companies, right? They will not allow to access this repository also. Maven repository. They will create their own repository. They will test the jars and they will place only secure jars in their repository. They will control complete Maven repository. Not like a whatever you want you can download. No. So they will restrict Maven repository, global Maven repository. They will create their own repository. So that also I will show normally when we are going from where we are going getting downloaded, right? So now, for example, we discussed yesterday. I just creating here on dependencies, right? So then here I will add MySQL, for example, or Oracle. I'm going to add here, right? So how I'm going to add? I'm going to Google. So I'm coming here. For example, I will see something different. Okay, so we'll go with the Postgres. So Postgres Maven dependency I want. Okay, Postgres Maven dependency. Right. Then you can see how many versions. See how many versions they are maintaining. Only here itself they are showing this much, right? If you are going inside, right? So how many? Not this. Even you can go 228 versions, right? But here you can see vulnerabilities. You saw this, right? So avoid using anything with the vulnerabilities. Vulnerability means they identified some security flaw. We'll discuss in future what is vulnerability means. Vulnerability means, for example, I will tell you one example. Recently they identified one issue, that 0-day vulnerability, they will say. Okay, so every Java code will use that jar. 90% of Java code use that jar. They identified flaw in that jar. They almost hacked 50% of they are capable of hacking 50% of application in throughout world by using that vulnerability. So so that's log4j. I will hope you are aware log4j. No, right? So we'll discuss it later. So that log4j vulnerability they identified. So that is having some problem. Hacker can able to get in. For example, I know one thief know. Consider one thief know your car's key, holding one car key. Then how much risk you will feel? What you will do? For example, one thief knows your debit card pin. What you'll do? Even though you're holding your card, right? Still what you'll do? You'll change. Card itself you'll change. Right? So here also, this is vulnerability. Vulnerability means someone knows some problems with this jar. If you are using it, it's a risk. It's high level risk is that, low level risk is that. Still you are holding card is little safe, right? Consider your card itself not perfect, right? So the high level vulnerabilities, right? So those you need to avoid. So see how they are maintaining this. This one is safe, this one is not safe. Use safe one, don't use the unsafe one. So for example, it doesn't mean that if you are using this, it's a safe. Till now, they didn't identify any vulnerabilities here. In tomorrow, some hacker is hacking with that jar, they will add vulnerability there. Understood, right? So safe means it doesn't save. Maybe in future there might be a problem. Okay. So same thing here. So you're having different version. Always choose the jar which is less vulnerabilities, right? So old, if you are going, see old vulnerabilities. There are 4. Your pin is gone, your card is gone, right? And your phone is gone. Amount is also very high, right? So all these things are there, then vulnerability will be risky, right? So one means at least you can take some breath, right? So like that. So if you are going old, you can see like it doesn't mean that always new will be having low vulnerabilities. Old can be also with less vulnerabilities are possible. Here you can see here in these versions, right? This is has four vulnerabilities. This one is having two vulnerabilities. It doesn't mean that always latest is good. Okay, there is a chance like latest till now they didn't identify the issues, right? So now I'm choosing this one. So this one is a Maven repository maintained by Maven itself, right? So how we can download? I don't need to download. I just need to copy paste here, right? I said another thing, Gradle, right? If you want to add Gradle dependency, just go here. You can see it's a Gradle. There is no difference, only structure, how you are passing the details, right? So if someone is saying how you will download Gradle, I will go to Maven repository, I will copy that line, I will paste. So don't say that I don't know Gradle, I am not aware of Gradle. It's simple say it's like Maven only, sir. So same thing we can apply. Okay. So now I'm copying this, right? I will paste in my dependencies. I have typed dependency here. I pasted it here, right? Now you can see I didn't save it, right? So, but you can see here, Maven dependency, nothing is there, right? So I'm just saying it. Maven dependency added. You saw that, right? Now inside what you can see, Postgres, SQL jar, another jar got added. Okay, checker file. I don't know what is that one, why it is added. Maybe internal dependencies will be there. Okay, so it got added, right? So another thing I want you to change is don't go with the old version. If you are seeing old version here, you need to change it. How you can change it? Anyone? Very good. Right click, property, build path. Okay, then you can see GRE library. And I recommend even go with a JDK. Don't go with JRE also. What is the difference between JRE and JDK? Remember? Hmm. So what is the difference? I can choose JRE also will run, right? So what is the difference between JDK and JRE? So I'm not going because we need to cover a lot. Please note this down. It's a very important question when you are going as 2 to 3 plus. They will ask this question: what is the difference between JRE and JDK? So unfortunately, one of my friend just recently he joined Infosys. Okay, so he's having my experience almost only 2-3 years difference. So they asked this question here to him, and they rejected based on this internal interview, right? So please go a little deeper, read the theory. What is the difference between JRE and JDK? If I'm explaining, it will take a lot of time, but this is most important question for freshers. Okay, so freshers, they need to be very strongly aware of what is JRE and JDK. Okay, so JRE means Java runtime environment. Runtime environment means what? For example, I will tell you, I will give a simple example so that you can go deeper. Okay. So what is the difference between a driver and mechanic? He will drive also. He will drive also. He knows how to build also. Right? JRE is a driver, like a driver. Okay. So he know how to run it. What are the things needed to run it? JDK, it will run it. Apart from that, he will have some more libraries which will make to develop also. So which one is preferred? If you are having same price for driver and mechanic with driving skills, then which one you will choose? You'll go with the definitely. So both are free here, right? So in that case, you can go with the yes. So here you can see how to add is here double click when you're doing, right? So you're saying here you can install GRE if you're going, right? So here GRE is showing, right? It's actually pointing to GRE. I can change it to JDK also. How I can do? I need to add a JDK location here. I can go here. So new projects, sometimes with JRE, it will not compile also. Always try to go with JDK. How where normally Java will be there? See? Anyone? Program files, right? Java. And then you can see JDKs are there, right? So I will select JDK, select folder. Now I'm not using GRE, I'm using JDK, right? So finish. So if I want, I can change the name of this GRE, right, to JDK. Right? Finish. This one is one-time activity. You are not going to do it daily. But when you are changing anytime new workspace, fresh workspace, it will again ask. Okay. So now always alternative GRE. You can choose here if you want other. For example, some projects in my company, we are having two projects. One will work with only JDK 1.8 only because it's the old version. One will work only with JDK 17. It's a new version, right? So there, if this one is a very big problem when you are going to prove that you are experienced person, right? So what will happen is when you are going to change it to JDK 17, they will say, right? Now how to change there? Something, something is fishy here, right? दाल में कुछ काला है, दाल ही काली है करके. Okay, so it's very risky. You need to be aware of this thing. You will get this idea only if you are doing real projects. Okay, so freshers, no issues, you can ask any question, but seniors, they are having some limitations, right? But I feel like if you are having questions, please ask. Don't hesitate. Okay, so finish, apply and close. Now my is connected with a JDK, right? So now how I can build it? I didn't change. Let me again see why it is not changed. Properties. This one, JDK, I change to GRE, alternate GRE, JDK, finish, apply and close. Now you can see it got changed to JDK to my JDK, right? So now Maven dependency also added. So now we have created Maven dependency with the Postgres, right? So where these jars are getting downloaded, right? First, I will tell you some of the scopes of stages of a Maven, right? So now I created it, right? So now I need to run it, right? Normally, when you're using normal Java project, here you're having normal Java project, right? So you will be having one thing called build. Run build. It is also Maven project, okay. Okay, so when you're going somewhere, it mentioned like see build automatically, right? So build automatically we added. That's why we are whenever we are saying it is getting build. Build means compiling and creating a class files, right? So how we can build in Maven, right? Maven is having some commands. So I will tell you the commands also. But here you can see when you're right clicking the Maven project, you can see run as, then you can see some of the things here, right? So this one you can use, or you can go to run configuration and you can use a Maven things here. Right? Maven base, right? So then you can give some next, if you're saying some stages, it will come here. But as of now, by default, it's giving some things to you, right? So first one normally we'll use is run Maven clean. What is Maven clean? Maven clean is a, first you're starting something, what you'll do, you'll clean it, right? So clean means what? It will delete a target folder is there, right? Whatever is there, it will cleanly delete. Okay. By default, when I'm going to target, nothing is there as of now because I never started it, right? So if I want to start, once I am starting, it will show. So, but I can clean. Always try to use a clean if you are doing major changes to code. Okay. So I'm cleaning it. You can see it will delete. Okay. It will deleting everything in a target. So I'm deleting it, right? No, it will not. It will only delivery one, right? You are creating something to deliver. If it is not good, what you need to do? You have to discard it. You need to delete it and you need to rebuild it. You cannot just sell a damaged thing, right? So target should have successful executed thing, right? So now first one is I like second one is Maven build. Run Maven build, right? So then it is asking for me to write some goals here, goals and project, right? So normally I will say clean. If I'm saying what I'm cleaning it, I can use build. It's a goals of a Maven. Clean means it will clean. Build means it will build, right? Install is having little more meaning. For example, what is the meaning of installation? For example, you took a geyser in your home. So they will say like, we'll do the installation. What is the meaning of installation? Not only delivering it, they will do the setup, they will fix in a particular place and they will install it, right? So this is having little more meaning. Build means only building it. Connection, पूरे आपको joint करको, screw आगे वहाँ पूरे लगा देने बाद build. Now installation means they need to place in a particular place where you can run it, right? So build and installation, build is little lower version. Install means including build. You'll be having something, right? And another thing is called test. What is the meaning of test? गीजर लगा ले क्या करते तुम्हें ऑन कर को जरा को it's not for bathing, right? It's just for testing whether it's getting heated or not, only for testing. Real time is you need to use it for some real purpose, like you are going to bath, right? So suddenly you'll go and bath. Once a geyser is attached, first you will see whether working or not. So that part is a Maven test. It will run only JUnit test. It will not run your main code. It will run test cases, right? JUnit will come to later. Okay. So these are the things which you need to remember: clean, build, install, and test. There are many other things. These are the basic things, right? So there are hundreds of things which we can do. Okay, we'll come to it later. Okay, as of now, these things we can do. So I can run all the things together, or I can go with a simple install. I will say install, then we'll see what will happen. Okay, so I'm finishing it, right? Now what happening, you can see, is trying to download all the dependencies which are required, and it is creating some jar, right? So if you are going target now, right now, let me refresh it because we are not having any code here now. Refresh kahan bhai? Okay, okay. Refresh. Right now, target you can see jar created SIS with version which we given. If you are changing the version, it will get new version. For example, let me change the version. Okay, 0.02. I want to add another question, please. Previously, what I said to remember in homework, JDK and JRE. Note down, please. So second one I want is, what is snapshot? Why it is defaultly coming as snapshot? What is the purpose of it? Okay, now I'm writing 0.02 snapshot. Let me build it again. Okay, same command I'm running. Right click, and Maven. If I want another command I can create, I will say clean. Clean means it will delete 1.1. If I'm not using clean, previous version also will be there, new version also will be there. For example, let me use the clean as of now. Okay, clean install. Okay, so now let me refresh it. See, 0.02. Where is the previous version? It gone. It is not went because I used install. Right? If I'm using build, if I'm changing it, old version will gone. But I used install. So what, where it went and saved my previous version, new version. Right? It's very important. So what it will do is it will not just install in target when you're using install, it will do something more. Right? So now if you are going here in C, right, in users, right, and then you are going, what is my username? I forgot my username will be. Let me say, I think Dell, right? So if you're going to Dell, you can see here .m2 folder will be there, right? Your user, whatever user you're using, it will be there, M2. Then you're saying one thing called repository. Then if you're going inside, so what we given our project name? com.global neochain, right? So com, okay. Then here you can see global neochain, right? Global neochain. It's wrong spelling also there, okay? So we don't know whether it's a calculator. Okay, wrong folder is ours, right? So global new chain, then SIS, right? So then you can see SIS again. Why? Because our global group ID is SIS, still SIS. In SIS, we are having artifact ID is SIS, right? So when I'm going inside, you can see how many versions? Two versions. All whatever package we given, that is there here, right? So if you are going here, you can find jar file created here, right? All whatever version you are changing, you are not deleting it, you are saving it if you're using install, right? So this one is like a library of all your versions, previous versions, everything will be there, right? So now you can see here 1.1, 1.2, right? Now it's saved in my local. I haven't gone to external. Let's come to it later. What is external Maven repository? Don't get confused when you are saying repository. Repository having very vast meaning. Git repository is for Git or source code management, right? Maven repository. Maven repository is separate thing. It's for jars, dependencies, right? So if I'm saying repositories are actually one of my batch, they asked one of the people asked, right? Sir, what is the difference between Maven repository and a Git repository? It's a valid question only, right? But the if you know the purpose both are different. For example, go down. If I'm saying go down, what is the meaning of go down? What storage? How you're saying it's goods, right? So don't assume, right? You need to ask, sir, what do you mean by go down? Clothes go down or goods go down, right? So based on the need, we'll create a repository. If I'm saying it's a common word. If I'm saying, can you create a repository? Then you need to say, is it a Git repository? By default, it's a Git because most of the time we'll work with a Git, right? So Maven repository, we are not going to touch most of the cases, right? So if I'm saying Maven repository, it's not a source code repository. It's a this one. In future also, you will listen many times repository. Repository doesn't mean only a Git repository. There are many things out there. Okay. So here it's a Maven repository, right? So now you are having two versions here. Till now, any questions? How Maven is creating jars, right? It's delivering. Maven install means delivering. If I'm using Maven build, it will not come here. If I'm using Maven install, it will come here. Okay. If you want to save your previous jar, you need to change the versions. Okay.
Not use the clean keyword. The both persons is there in jar.
Local also, but it's a risk. Always why means when you're in two jars, it will create conflict. In local, don't ever use 2 jars, but it will work because anyhow in a Maven dependency you are changing, right? So here, for example, if I'm going back here, right? So here I can use both now. If I'm having here, right? I can add one, I can use old version also. But your source code got changed, so it will create a conflict. So always use Maven clean. Okay, Maven clean will clean the project and will recreate. If you're in same version, always it will update. Yes. Before changing major changes, because in my project is there. If I'm running my real project, it will take at least 6 minutes to run, because Maven would not run with single project. If you're seeing complex project, it will run 6, 7 projects at a time. It will link each one together. We'll discuss it later how it will happen, but you understand what is the concept here, right? So any questions clear? So now I created the dependency, then I added a Postgres, right? So where this Postgres is getting downloaded? Anyone aware? Exactly. The same thing where I'm installing, right? So same place is getting downloaded also. I'm going back, right? So now you can see here org.postgresql, org.postgresql, and then artifact ID is Postgres, means org folder, PostgreSQL folder, again PostgreSQL folder. I'm having one version called 42.6.2. Another folder is there. In that, I'm having a jar called PostgreSQL. Let's see how it will be, right? So I'm coming back here in repository. I'm going org, right? Org, then Postgres, right? Then inside Postgres again, another Postgres. Then see how many versions I used till now. 3 versions. If it is new, it will automatically again download. You no need to worry about it, right? So now I'm coming back here. You can see Postgres.sql, right? These two, or why these two? Anyone? What is the difference between one jar and this jar? One is normal jar. Jar with source. Jar with source. Okay. So when you're downloading any open source project, they will use source code also. When, for example, when I'm checking here, right? So even class file, when I'm clicking, I can go inside, I can see the details of source code, right? So they will provide if you want to debug it. But the most of the case will not go the source code of the Postgres. But there is need, if you're architect or if you want to do deeper research, they will provide you source code jar also, right? So main jar is this one only. Okay, Postgres with this jar. Okay. So another thing if you notice is like here, its snapshot is not there, right? For our code, snapshot is there. Why the difference? I want you to understand tomorrow. You can explain. Okay. So any questions still here? So where it is getting downloaded? Program files, and then so from where it is getting downloaded? Maven repository. We copied and pasted, right? So by default, it will try to connect this one. This is URL, right? So they will go and they will download from Maven repository here. For example, let me show you. I will make it fail so that you can see. For example, I'm on 7. It's not there. Okay. So just let me run it. Run as Maven. Install. We'll try to download. Okay, and it will fail. Just see here. It's trying to download anywhere. In logs, it will show. Normally, it will try to connect with Maven repository and it will try to download it. So let me add something. I want it to fail. No, it should show in logs. that it's trying to download. See here in this part, right? It's trying to connect with the repo Maven Apache Arc. It's from Apache company. It's trying to download and it is failed, right? So where you given this configuration, you have not given any of this configuration, right? So it's trying to identify that location. It's trying to download and it failed, right? So but this one is there, right? This one is a public one. Public means what? It's a free. They are providing, but in big companies, they will not allow you to access this. They will control. Okay. How they will control, I will explain you. As of now, you understand POM file, right? So now let's discuss little more about this POM file. Okay. So if you are feeling bored or something, if you want some gap, let me know. Okay. Okay. Now let me save it. Now I can see. So now let's go with this particular theory. Okay. Now okay. So this one is a Postgres, right? So group ID we are aware. It's a package name which we are going to use it, and this is the jar name or application name which we are going to use it, and this one is a version, right? So what is this scope? Right? Scope. Scope is a very important part when you are going to use it. I will tell you the story, then I will come back to it. Okay. So yesterday also I initiated it. Let me explain you. Okay. So now you are planning to go to Chennai to one of your friend's marriage. Okay. So friend marriage you are planning. So your friend called you and said like I booked you hotel. It's a 3-star hotel. Okay. So it's very all tiffin, everything they will provide you. Okay. So please come. Okay. You arrange your own cars. Okay. So are you something you did, right? So when you are arranging, you will do some things pre-planned, something without plan. So you will assume something that it will be there, right? So for example, right, you are starting from here to Chennai. So marriage is at 10 o'clock there. So when you will start early morning. You will plan at least 5-6 hours before, right? So that you can go there and you can get fresh and you can attend the marriage, right? So when you are starting from here, so in during the run time, what you will plan? Run time, you will plan car or cab, right? Petrol, driver. So those things during runtime you'll plan. You will not take driver to hotel, right? So you will not from home you will not carry petrol, right? So you know that somewhere on the way you can get the petrol. It's a runtime. You don't need to carry it, right? Yes or no? Yeah. So another thing, you will not take bed with you. Do you? Because why you will not take? It's already provided. They are going to provide you. That's what your assumption. 3-star hotel minimum they should give bed, towels, bed sheets. That's the basic thing they should provide, right? So he also told that they are going to provide a 3-star hotel. So it will get provided. Please note down these keywords which I am using, right? So one is provided. Provided means it will be, and one is during runtime. Petrol driver. So driver also says you take your driver to your friend and say he's also your guest. Will not so, right? So you're booking cab and you'll just go in there. So you in runtime only he will park. Once you are reaching, he will leave. Cab will leave, right? So then it's a runtime only. One keyword. The second one is provided. They will provide you bed, brush, toothbrush, all those things they will provide you because it's a basic hotel, right? Towel, bed provided. So which one you need to carry from your home? A bag is enough. You will take the clothes, right? Marriage clothes at least. So your friend will not provide you. Does it? Right. So he will not provide you the clothes, right? That you need to carry. Yes or no? right? So you will take the gift that you need to carry. So it's important. You have to be in your home also, in your car also, when you are reaching hotel also, in marriage also. The primary target is attending marriage, right? So in all the places you need your clothes, right? You need to carry it. You cannot skip it. Other things during run time you can take car, you can leave it. Hotel, you can use it and throw it, right? So those things. So why you are planning? You can't take bed? Can take. They will allow you, right? So you are bringing bed. It's not required is different. You can carry is different, right? You can take your bed, right? Towels. No, मैं होटल में use करता नहीं भाई. क्या use करो कहते हैं कि थोड़ी ना. There are few people they will do, right? So even though 5-star hotel they are giving, they will take, right? So here also previously when we are doing the projects, right? So we'll always take. Even 5-star hotel will take bag and will go with a even tent, right? Because of that, jars are very bigger. So here the advantage is you can choose. Compile means it's compulsory. You have to take. It's like clothes. Even you are here or where you need to take it. Without compile time, you cannot run the application. Okay. So this is very important thing. You added scope as a compile. Second one is runtime. It will use only in runtime. You no need to carry it, right? So you can reduce it. Some size you can reduce now, right? Petrol you no need to carry. Yes or no? At least some burden got reduced. Now provided. Provided means they will provide you, right? So that also you no need to carry. Yes or no? So that also you can add it a scope as a provided. So another thing is called test. Scope is called test, right? So test also it will not come if you no need to carry it, right? So just you will test it during the testing time. For example, car अच्छी है देख रहे check टायर हम पूरे check कर लेते हैं, right? So one mechanic will come and he will just check. Okay, so sir you can take it, no problem. Chennai is not a problem. 200 kilometers. This tire is enough, right? This engine is also good. So he will test. He will take mechanic out by better way. You also come with us, right? No, you won't tell that, right? So these all scopes will help you to reduce the size and to optimize the dependencies, right? So whenever you need, you will include it. Whenever you don't need, you will exclude it. Right? That's the thing, right? So this all called compile time, right? What is the scopes? If you're saying what is the Maven dependency scope, you need to say provide, test. Hmm? What are the scopes of dependencies?
Provided runtime, test and compile.
Compile, right? So compile is if you are not giving anything, it will consider as compile. By default, it is so you can see in our code is there, right? So if I'm removing this also, it will work. It will consider as a by default it's a compile. Okay, any questions still here?
Which one we regularly use? Like, it's a depend on
Depends on need. For example, if I'm adding in Spring Boot, Tomcat will be provided. They are providing it. So why you need? So you'll add that as a provided, right? So we'll see. That just understand the scopes theory, then you can go. So now another part I want to explain. Okay, right? So one thing is like you people are planning for cricket. Okay, so team is there. So then everyone can come, will go, right? So you saw like there are everyone is having bats. How many bats we require for cricket?
two
Two or three. What you will do in the time? When you are planning, you will batting and running. Just take two bats. You choose the best one and you will discard. Hey, Baba, te bat leg gaye to can't hole te phir tere Baba. So how we can take these many bats, right? So you will choose two bats. Very good quality. At least if one backup, three. You will not carry more than that. So by मेरे को नहीं भी है भाई मैं मेरी बैट सीट खेलता हूँ मुंह लेके रख रहेगा तो what will say? It's already much loaded. We cannot carry this many things, right? So balls, one is enough, right? But you will carry as a backup two, right? So सब जने लेके आते हैं, मेरे को चार बॉल ही रहे लेके आता हूँ, भाई there is no need, right? So what you will do, you will plan only the things which you needed, right? So in that case, what you are doing, every dependency internally will be having dependency. It's called circular dependency, right? So when you are going here, dependency hierarchy, right? So Postgres is there, right? Postgres is there. These two dependencies are there. Actually, in check call, you are having it. So when you're going, see, this one is Postgres SQL Maven file, right? So here also you can see many dependencies, right? So it's called internal dependency. For example, if I'm calling your friend, you're not calling your friend, you're asking him to bring his bat also, right? So you need to say explicitly, bhai, already we are having bats, don't bring it, right? So what will happen in that case is, so one dependency internally will be having another dependencies also. It's called circular dependency. One person internally, one dependency, another dependency. If you are having, for example, a bad ball means you will be having wickets also, right? It's a kit. Kit is there. So you will ask, no, no, don't bring this, bring this, bring this. You need to mention it, right? So we need to avoid duplications whenever we are having internal dependency, which is having circular dependency. For example, you are also having bat, you are also having bat. It's called conflict dependency, right? We need to take one only. So normally this will happen when you are having duplicate dependency. You want to reduce the size. Then what you will do, you will exclude. There is one called exclusion. Mm. So where is my POM file? Right here, for example, if I want to exclude some dependency, I can add exclusions. In that, I can add internal dependency which I don't want. But this is not always good. This one normally internal dependency will ignore 90%. Okay. But sometimes what will happen is vulnerable. I said vulnerabilities, right? So vulnerability, for example, one person is bringing bat. His bat is like broken. Okay, so he's bringing his bat. So based on this, some person is mistakenly taking that bat and playing. What will happen? There is a chance of you are losing match, right? Some damage ball, just think the damage ball is there, right? So there is a chance people bowler may not be able to throw it properly and you will lose the match, right? So you need to identify vulnerable. For example, sometimes vulnerability is there. You need to exclude that particular dependency. This one is one of the interview question they ask, like, how will you manage if you are having vulnerability in your dependencies, vulnerabilities in your dependencies? What do you say? Directly you will exclude. If you're excluding, what will happen is the project will fail because you need it, right? You need it, but it's having problematic. What you need to do, you need to replace it. What you can replace, you need to do it proper. For example, I will tell you, he's having kit. You're having cricket kit. You're also having cricket kit. Okay. So your cricket, everything is kit, everything is fine. But ball is broken. Okay. So what you will do? Only ball. Only replace the ball. Right? But he's having rubber ball. For you, it's fine. It's not, you're not following standards, right? So replacement always doesn't mean that you can replace. And for example, he's having plastic ball. Right? He will bring from his kit. It's okay, sir, we can replace. No. Cricket ball is not required, we'll go with plastic ball. What will happen? it will get slowly, and even he's hitting very fast. So it's not always like you can replace it, right? So blindly don't replace anything. Exclusion also, it's very risky. You need to test it. When you're replacing something, you're excluding something and you're replacing something non-vulnerable, it doesn't mean that it will always work. You need to be very careful when you're replacing or excluding. It should be a higher version. It should not have any vulnerabilities and it should work. Okay, for example, he's having good ball, but it's very heavy, right? So same players may not be able to play, right? So थोड़ी जना किसे cork ball से आदत थी, थोड़ी जना cricket ball, right? So you need to see that one also. If we are using cork ball, he cannot able to play because our team is having plans with the cricket ball. So even though you are having good thing, but it might not work in that particular situation. So you need to use only compatible version. We'll call it as compatible versions. Okay. So when you're replacing jars, you need to think about vulnerabilities, and even you are replacing, it should be compatible. Blindly अब एक jar के बदले अब एक jar रख डालो, एक ball के बदले अब एक ball रख डालो, nothing will work, will be problem होगा. It should not be the case. Okay. So you understand now. So when you will go with exclusions.
Definitely, exactly how to find a way that vulnerability has happened in that.
This one will give you. Actually, there are many tools are there. We'll come to it later because it's getting expanded, right? So now we know how we can exclude the dependencies. Now another thing is by default. By default, you will get a lot of things, right? So for example, if you're taking car, there are two options to you. One is default options, basic version they will call it, right? So basic version you will get all the things which you require. You can take the car and जैसे दो लेटा होना, लाल लाल लेटा होना, ओके ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स भी होना. भाई मैं बुलेट 1.5 लाख को ले हूँ बट मुझे 2 लाख खर्चा करना उसको कई extra features, extra fittings, right? So basic things will be there, and on demand basis you will add something, right? So that also here one option will come. It's called plugins. When you're seeing here, right? So apart from dependencies, you will get a plugins. I will show you complete structure. So why I'm saying is I'm going a little deeper here is very important part of this. Okay. Parent, I will see the put parent later. Plugins. The structure of. See, this is from complete. Okay, you can see here, right? Plugins, right? Plugins are default. They will give something. Maven plugin. They will give web plugin. They will give. No, I want something more. I need it. Then you can add additional plugins in this particular area. For example, I want Dockers. I want to build the Dockers. For example, I want to use some other features. Then you need to add it. By default, you don't need to add anything. 90% it will work. But if I want to do some additional things, I need to add a plugins. Okay. So another thing which is like parent. What is parent? Okay. So I will discuss this. Then we'll take a 10 minutes gap and we'll resume. Okay. So what is a parent of a Maven? Okay. So for example, we are having 10 friends. 10 friends. What we'll do is, so one friend will become lead. Okay. Because we need to make lead to do some organization, right? So he will take care of common things. Common things means I will take a kit, I will take something, I will take something, I will organize it. So you all people follow me. team lead, right? So for example, I will take cricket I will take, ball I will take, okay, bat I will bring, okay. Your clothes has to, you only need to take care, right? Your towel, whatever you want, you can bring, but I will take some common things. Means he will organize in such a way that everyone should not have duplicate job, right? So he will take responsibility of common things. That's called parent form. Parent is a project which will take all the common things. He will take care of cricket kit. It means all the common things. But other things which required to you need to take care of it. Your clothes, your separate kit is there, right? So you don't need what? Pads, helmets, right? They need their own, right? He will not bring, but he will bring bat and ball and wickets, common things. But your responsibility to bring your pads, guard, other things you need to take care of it. But other things are common things he will take care of. So parent form is a form which will maintain all the projects, common things with it. And everyone should take it from him, right? So if he say, I don't give you, you are not my friend, quite about that. But he need to go with a what? Where is the bat? He need to take one wicket and he need to play, right? So common thing should be taken from parent. No, no, I don't want to take it from parent. For example, some people will be stubborn. नहीं भाई मुझे उसकी बैट से जमता नहीं. I want my own. You can carry it. It's not like you. It's always need to follow the parent. But the best way to reduce the size and make standard. For example, ball is broken, right? So if we are excluding it, if it is there in parent, right? So everyone is following him. No need to worry. Why? He will take care of good ball, but he's having access to multiple things, right? So you can trust him and you can give him, right? So parent POM is like that. It's a common project which will not have code, which will have only dependencies, and which will help you to share the dependencies with all the other projects. 10 projects are there, 20 projects are there. If you're using one parent POM, it will be standard. Understood, right? तो एक ही मैनेजर को तुम्हें एक ही लीड को फॉलो करते रहे तो यू नो नीड टू वरी. सो एक मैच में नहीं, पूरे मैच में नहीं टेक कर लेता तो यू नो नीड टू वरी, right? Common things he will handle. That's called parent form. So for that, when you are creating a project, right? So we are having jar and var. You saw another thing, POM is there. Okay, when you are creating, right click a new, right? Maven project, right? Then when you're seeing next, create simple project. Here you are having jar packaging, right? You can see another one. Form. It's a only a dependency creation, right? So it's a parent form. It will not create any jar for you. It will create a parent form which will help you to download a dependency from parent. It's a common. All projects will follow this. So any questions still here? Still the online people are there or sleeping?
If we didn't dependency add direct parent with the child.
Parent, if you're adding, that's why you can see here, right? So here you're adding what? Parent, right? This one take care of most of the common thing. Any questions? Online, are you still active? Any questions? Josefa?
No, sir.
Hasib?
No, sir.
So for offline people, they cannot escape. Gemini?
No, sir. No, sir.
We are good, right? Pratyusha?
No, sir.
Okay. Umar?
It's good.
Okay. So we are good. All right. So I will start, I will close another concept and we'll take some breaks. Okay. So another concept is called the project object model. POEM is only for your project. Okay. So only one project specific you are creating it. What if you are having hundreds of projects? If you want to do common configuration, some where to download, which place to download. Well, I'm saying like M2 repository, there it should go, right? So those things automatically by default is happening. No, I want to control it. I want to not in C users M2. I want to put in D ABC M2, right? So those things how I can handle. There is one file called setting.xml. Okay, settings.xml. Phone में क्या तुम्हें change करना हो तो क्या करना? Settings में there are two things in phone, right? So one is, for example, application specific. For example, I want to change the font of WhatsApp, right? I can change it only in WhatsApp. I want to increase the font size. I want to change the dark theme in WhatsApp, right? So it's a WhatsApp specific. It's not common for all. What if I'm going to direct settings in mobile? If I'm changing, it will impact all the applications, not only one application. Similarly, here POM is only for your application. It will not impact other projects. No, I want to do all the projects to follow something, right? Then there is one file called settings.xml. In offices, whenever you are going, you are not going to use default one. Why? Because you can download a vulnerable also. So try run one with Baba. वो सर है तो क्या रे palm, वो सर है तो क्या रे jar, right? You will not think deeper. But if you are doing one mistake, what will happen? Crores of rupees, right? So one thing, banking, one vulnerability is going, and if some developer or some hacker knows this, what will happen? That bank will get closed, right? Private banks are there, then they have to close. They cannot do anything. Just think 100 crores in one bank, night it gone. What they will do? So what happened? Why it happened? One developer added a dependency from Maven repository log4j, which is having vulnerabilities. His friend is hacker.
He has a tool to explain.
Right? So he told like I added this dependency. Okay, we'll take 50-50. Right? So what will happen in that case? You need to be very dangerous when you are adding set Maven from where to you're downloading. So companies, banks especially, banks development you are saying, for example, I work with AT&T. They will not allow you to download a single dependency from outside. If you want, your project is not running, right? You need that dependency. You need to raise the request. I want this dependency. Then what they will do is they will go and they will check that dependency. If it is good, they will copy and paste in their repository. You understood how the process is, right? Some check and maker and checker process. You know that you heard it, maker and checker.
Actually, if anything required from my side, we raise a request for the manager and take approval, and after that we.
It's not even manager.
Yeah.
If you are adding dependency, it is going to technical officer level. Because if you go to technical officer CTO, right? Because this dependency, they are saying like 100,000 of projects already running. Why you need this dependency? Right? That's the question. If you're saying I want it, you need to prove it, right? Once you are proving it, it will go approvals. Yes, he need it. Who will say? Some technical architect, which is bigger than him, and he's having very strong knowledge of it. He say, no, you can use other alternates. Right? He is having capabilities. Right? Change the code. I don't want this code itself, they will say. If you want to add dependency, that's very important. So setting.xml is XML where you can mention from where to download, right? From which location to get downloaded. I always m2.m2. No, I can change it, right? That is there in a setting.xml. Another thing which is there in setting.xml is, so always see, it's very important when you are going to any critical projects, right? So you cannot directly, when you are going and downloading project, Maven run install, it will not run. Why? Because they will not use a global Maven repository. How to change it is when you're going there, right? So when you're going here, preferences, right? So here you can go to settings, right? User settings, Maven, user settings. You can see normally by default, one setting in .xml location is there. It's not there file. For me, why I need? I am just downloading from directly Maven repository, but from them, so this is the Maven repository. You can see the location, see users, del, m2, there is setting.xml. It's not there actually. Why it's not there? It's taking default one. But if you are having your own one, you need to place your setting.xml in that particular place, or you can browse, choose. Okay. So this one you need to choose. If someone is saying, if you're going to real projects and if you're downloading it's not working, just see setting.xml are there, right? If it is not there, you need to request your team member, what is the setting.xml, from where I can get it, because that project cannot access a public network. So you need to request them to get the setting.xml. There also you will have your username and password that you need to type it. Okay, most of the time, 99% not required, but some of the times it needs even your username and password or token need to be updated in setting.xml. So what is setting.xml? It's common for all Maven projects. It's like mobile phone, give an example, right? Mobile settings, it is common for all the applications. Specific thing you need to dependency or you need to download, you need to go with the.
If anything changes in setting.xml,
It will impact
on the
entire project. That's why what you will do is whenever you're changing, you'll take the backup, because it's very risky, because all the projects will get impacted. For example, I will change M2 to M3. You did change in one project, right? So what will happen? All the dependency, but there is no risk. It will make slow. Why I'm saying is, whenever you are not finding any dependency, it will download. Maven is advantages. It will again from starting, it will download all the jars. Read access will be there. It will get downloaded. I told you, right? Repository is how much CTO level. Just think to add something dependency. Sometimes it will go to chief security officer and chief technical officer, because banks very risky. AT&T is a telecom company. It follows very strict rules. There also we are having these restrictions. Cisco, Cisco, right? So those projects, if you are going, if they are traditional, they don't want to touch existing code. Right? If you are changing one dependency, that's anything. It happened to me actually. I created project, everything is running. Okay, suddenly morning I came, I ran, it's failing. It's happened in Nissan project. So I'm checking what I changed from yesterday to today. Nothing has changed. No code is changed. Keep on trying, and it's getting failed. I have not done anything. It's saying class not found exception. So then I said almost on the ChatGPT, nothing is there on those days. So I discussed with manager. He also don't know. So not only for me, 3 or 4 people facing the same issue. So then we realized what happened. They gone and changed in repository one PYM file. They find some problem with that, then they change one dependency. So next day when I'm running it, the new dependency got downloaded. In that download, that class is not there. Understood? So no code change. Same version, what they did, same version they change, it's automatically downloaded in my system, and that class file is not there. Right? So that's why even small change, you need to change the version. Remember it. Old code should not get impacted. Even if you're changing, it's having vulnerability, you need to inform every team. They will do that actually. They will say that don't use that version, it's having problem, use 0.0.2. Right? So all those things will be happening in setting levels, repository level. You don't need to worry in POM file. Any questions? This is all about Maven. Any questions? Let me know. No, see, this one is once you are creating a project now, so it will get structured. So I added the dependencies, right? You can see top one is dependencies and bottom. Here I can add all the dependency. I can add multiple dependencies. Dependencies means one, few, plural. Plugins means what? Plural. So plugins can add plugin. Dependencies you can add dependency. You can see inside dependencies you are having dependency. If you want to add another dependency, I can add dependency. Apart from that, we are having dependency management. Another tag will come. That also having separate, but I am not going very deeper. High level, 90% I'm trying to cover. But what I'm saying is like you go deeper if you want, but this much is enough for as of now.
Could you repeat that? What is the main use of plugin?
Plugin is like, for example, by default, plugin is Maven plugin needed. Maven should run, right? For example, you want Docker. Docker is not default, right? You need to add a plugin as a Docker, then you need to use it. For example, if you want to Spring Boot, by default, Maven will not provide Spring Boot. You need to add a plugin for Spring Boot. It's like a dependency, but it's not a dependency. It's additional dependency. For example, car is there, right? Car is, what is the purpose of car? Traveling, right? If you want to make it fly, no, that is happening. Flying taxi is there, yes or no? So you need to add additional things to it, right? That's not a basic model. You will do some plugin. आपको फैन आगी ना लगा को कनेक्शन देगा उड़ा सकते हैं, right? It's possible, right? I'm saying high level. Small things, for example, if you want a car to be automatically washed, there are some devices which you can place and you can use it. By default, it will not come. It's a plugin, right? You are going and you are attaching something. So that will be part of plugin. Additional things can be added. Adi undali. I want a submarine also as a car. Then we are not having that capabilities, then you cannot do. You need to work on a plugin itself. So already provided plugins are different. If you want to develop your own plugins, you can do that. But that level will not go.
Particular project is solar.
Sonar is a plugin. Because by default, Sonar will not be there. Right? We need to add that plugin. Sonar बोले तो proposal आता तुम्हारा. So we'll discuss it later. So as of now, I don't want to come out of topic. So we are completely covering on Maven. Any questions? So we'll take a little gap and we'll reassemble after 15 minutes. So any questions, let me know. Don't miss these classes because it's very important. It's real time, whatever we're discussing. Okay. So I want you to be here. So any questions we can ask. Gemini.
No, sir.
Okay. Sana.
Sir, since I missed the classes, honestly, I didn't understand anything, sir. I'll look, I'll listen to all the previous classes and I'll try to understand
Only
everything.
Maven is 2 classes only. Yesterday class I will upload. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it's independent of other topics. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So,
sir.
so only this is second class. If
Okay.
you want, I will upload.
Please,
But
sir,
I love
upload it.
your honest answer. Okay. So I will upload it today. So you
Yes,
can
sir.
use it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
You can even connect with Huzaifa, I think. Huzaifa, you are part of yesterday's class.
Yes, sir.
Can you help Sana if needed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Umar,
Yes, sir.
Hasi boy,
Yes, sir.
चले आज शड़ा जरा दिमाग में.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is the time now? We'll reconnect at 9:15. Okay. Thanks, team.